and welcome to PitchIT Live. We are streaming live right now with a finalist from PitchIT Live. We are here with Sean Lardo and Vonahi Security. My name's Adam Belansky. I am founder and CEO of Sierra Pacific Group. I also serve as a ConnectWise Advisory Council member. At Sierra Pacific Group, we help technology business leaders leverage the ConnectWise suite of products with automate, manage, and sell to get the most out of their systems with proven industry strategies quickly and efficiently. The biggest value you can also add to your business is the ability to grow and scale faster than your competitors. Who doesn't want that, right? We've done over 1,000 plus implementations, optimizations, and custom projects since we've started ConnectWise Consulting over 6 years ago. We have the answers. We've done the hard work, so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did when I ran my MSP business. Think of us like a Sherpa to help you get to the top of that mountain. We set the ropes, we carry the load, we guide you every step of the way. We help you understand and get the best outcomes to help you achieve the peak in your business. So why not get some help from me or us at Sierra Pacific Group? And I'm going to bring on Sean Lardo right here. How you doing? You like that intro? Is that good or what?
That's awesome. I'm like getting some help from, I don't know, me. How about that? Oh, my Lord. Thank you for that. That's amazing. How are you, Adam?
It's a Monday. We usually don't go live on Monday. I'm trying to add some flair to this week. It's chilly outside. I had my windows open all night. It's now like 50 degrees inside my house. So I'm kind of like cold. I'm under blankets, all that stuff. So
what's the temperature?
It was like 50, something 60 inside the house. It's freezing. And there's a big dog just came in.
I don't know. It's 60 degrees in Pittsburgh in general. I don't have any like heat on or anything. It's sunny. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yesterday was 63. I was outside in t-shirt and shorts. So was everybody else. It was amazing.
Awesome. So we are here because we're announcing some finalists, right?
Or yes, but we already announced.
You already announced it.
Yeah, it's Monday.
On my social platforms, right?
Yes, we are here today to talk about. We have a bunch to talk about. First off, we're here to talk to one of the finalists from PitchIT, and that should be a good time for us. On the other side of things, we have a lot of events. We have IT Nation Connect coming up, which is the biggest event of the year for us. One of the biggest events in the space in general. He'll be there. Our finalists will be there. I'll be there.
I'll have like 10 people from my company out there. It's gonna be huge. It's a big event for you though, really big. Yeah. And you have a huge announcement that, something could happen to your face and the way you look. Just saying.
That's correct. And actually, I'm going to give you the link for that too, so you can put it. So let's dig into that, right? So for those of you that have not seen this, and I'm giving you the link so you can actually put it up here so we can hit the goal. I'll give you my GoFundMe link. So there's a slew of things happening at IT Nation Connect. One in particular is we're doing a charity beard shave. So for any vendors out there, I'm talking to vendors first. Jason Slagle, you probably know who he is. A lot of you guys would love to see him go through pain and torment. He's on this group also. What the deal is that me, Matt Lee, Jason Slagle, Alex Farley, and a bunch of other people, Bob Coppage, we're all going to be shaving our beards if we hit the $100,000 mark. It'll be happening live at IT Nation Connect. We actually are going to have an area in front of everybody that people can watch this happen. We have a real live barber. We have one that really matters because they're going to. I'm going to go from this to nothing. The beauty about it all is that on Saturday after Connect, I fly to Cancun, so I'm probably going to have some tan line here, but that means I'm going to have to literally lube up my face and not die.
It should be definitely done on day one. So, Sean, I really appreciate that long, lengthy link. I actually just shortened it. So if you guys want to just type in that short URL rather than trying to type out that lengthy URL.
It's what they gave me from GoFundMe. I haven't done anything else with it. Thank you, though. That's why you're here. Thank you, Adam.
On the fly. That's what we do here. We produce on the fly.
Yes. So yeah, that'll be taking place over the course of the couple of days. There's like 15 of us or more that are all doing this, that have all pledged our faces, and the charities are there's 4 charities involved. My two favorites are Women for Coding and the Vet for Hackers one, but it doesn't matter. $100,000 we distribute to all of them in general. And ConnectWise put up a lot for this between giving free space. Also, they donated my face, and actually I did it in my own face, but they also donated $15,000 to the charity. So again, it would be great if you guys all go onto my link. $10, $100. If you do 1,000 or more, you get, and you're a business and you want to market and show sponsorship, we're actually putting name recognition for $1,000 or more. Adam, just so you know. Adam, so you know. Sierra Pacific Group. Anyway, but yeah. So IT Nation Connect is happening in 2 weeks. So you guys have 2 weeks to get this to $100,000 so that I have to shave my face. That's one. What else do you have going on? Oh, we have, make sure you register if you haven't already. We also have the Evolve group we're meeting for their fourth quarter. That's exciting. I love the Evolve group. But also we are launching an experience pavilion right across from the solution pavilion to talk about all these ancillary things that we never really get a chance to talk about. So that is a cool thing. I don't know what else we talk. Oh yeah, that's right. We're here to talk about PitchIT. We're here to talk about PitchIT right now. That's right. Oh no, but also we have a lot of community engagement as far as other tribes are concerned. Involving
for sure. Yeah, there is a at ConnectWise IT Nation event, IT Nation Connect, I should say. Yeah, we're getting together, getting ConnectWise tips and tricks, ConnectWise boss. We're getting together and free room party.
Something along those lines. There's going to be it's going to be crazy. It's going to be pandemonium.
Open bar.
Yeah. Open bar. Yeah, it's always an open bar. When is it not an open bar?
It's awesome.
It's always an open bar. So no, it should be, it's going to be fun. And then also we're here to talk about today, which is the PitchIT. On day one of ConnectWise, the IT Nation Connect event, we need to understand that these 3 finalists have put a lot of effort into it, and they actually are sponsoring a pre-day event too. They kick off 8:30 to 12:30, which we'll talk about as we go through it, but they're putting a workshop and it's free admission. So I suggest any MSP to watch this.
The event usually starts Wednesday about 5 o'clock is happy hour. So there's a pre-day event for PitchIT.
Yeah, the pre-day is 8:30 to 12:30. They're hosting. And then the finals are that day as well, 3 to 4.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
We will know who the winner is, which for those of you who don't know what PitchIT is, which I'd be surprised if you don't, but if you haven't heard of it, weird. But if you haven't, that's fine. Let's just go right into it. The fact is that we had 18 vendors show up. They all went through 16-week incubator program to compete for the grand prize. We dwindled down from 18 vendors to 3 finalists at the end of August. We did it with Matt Solomon and Channel Program where we hosted that. And the 3 finalists will compete live at IT Nation Connect on day 1, 3 to 4 Eastern on the 9th, Wednesday the 9th. I almost forgot what day it was. I was about to say the 8th. When we announce the winner wins $70,000. Second place gets $30,000. Also, so that's freaking phenomenal in general. But then the other part of this is 9 of these guys all sponsored IT Nation Connect. So we have a startup alley there. So they will be there. All these other vendors will be there with their booths. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's a lot going on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll into Vonahi Security. We got a little video here, a little intro video. So with that, here we go.
Breaches exposed 4.1 billion records in the first half of 2019, a 54% increase over the first half of last year. With major data breaches occurring on almost a daily basis, you may be wondering, are you next? What if you could evaluate your risks to cyber attacks as often as you wanted? What if you could determine if you meet compliance and adhere to security best practices as often as you wanted? What if you could always know how a newly discovered security vulnerability affects your environment? Now you can. Introducing vPen Test. VPen Test is an automated penetration testing platform that allows you to initiate a pen test anytime you want, however often you want, using modern attack techniques and methods. The days where organizations need to coordinate vendor availability dates, follow up on status updates, wait on deliverables, and even hope for great quality results are over. Using VPen Test, you can receive real-time status and activity updates, receive real-time report findings, and even receive time-stamped activity logs to compare with security detection and monitoring controls. VPen Test combines the knowledge of multiple certified and experienced consultants using the most efficient testing techniques to identify your risks to cyber attacks at your convenience. Let us help you make risk assessment more efficient and convenient. Hello, world. Meet modern security.
Awesome. All right. Sean. I want to introduce Sean. Well, again.
Hey, I'm Sean, the evangelist for ConnectWise Economy.
Trammy and Vonahi from Vonahi, and Gene, Coach Gene from Traceless. How you guys doing?
Good. How's it going, Adam? Sean? Gene?
Pretty good.
Yeah, like why is it that Gene looks like, again, that wall was awesome. Second off, why are you looking more like you're from Mr. Robot? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
You're
I don't
right.
know, Leon. Come on. Man.
He does kind of look like Elliot.
Right? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's why he's our coach.
Right. So yeah, let's talk about this. So yeah, Adam, first, thanks for having us on your show. Second, thank you guys for taking time today to do this. This is it for me. This is like near and dear to my heart now because PitchIT's my baby, but this is not about how much I love you all. It's about how much you all love me instead. So let's talk about how much you love me. So Trammy, you guys, well, let me start first. For anybody that doesn't know, Gene Rich from Traceless was last year's PitchIT winner.
Hey guys.
Hey, Gene.
Yeah, thanks for the warm welcome.
You're welcome, Elliot. Gene. So and also Gene had accepted the responsibility of being a head coach, and he ended up drawing the straw with working with Trammy and her team at Vonahi Security. And Trammy from Vonahi, they are one of the 3 finalists. So yes, again, welcome, Trammy.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely. So I thought how coincidental and lucky it was, considering Gene loves cybersecurity. And apparently so does everybody at Vonahi, like to like the 10th power. So it was like a marriage made in heaven as far as I was concerned. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the experience so far. And I kind of want to start with Gene. I want his take on how he feels about you all.
Yeah. It was really good to see all the PitchIT members, the people who are part of the program. And I think the 3 finalists are pretty strong business ideas, and as far as like the world that we live in. I'm super stoked to be the coach here. I think their pitch is incredible and very compelling to the industry. And I think that was like something that I didn't expect, really connecting in that way, where we kind of set up Traceless in a way to really like help the community protect themselves. And I think Vonahi has that capability, and also has a really disruptive and compelling product. And, also track record, right? This is not like a concept of, oh yeah, this would be cool if things were like this. This is actually the way it is today. And I think their use of the PitchIT funds is incredible as far as like contribution.
If they win.
Yep.
I love how you know what, that's really good to use the coach to be assumptive that they're winning. So that's amazing. I hope Jameson and Callan pay attention to that, because I want them to know.
Gene's coaching us to win. I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, after they win, I'm definitely sending Jameson and Colin Team Gene.
So there's history here, though. I mean, you went through this last year and you won. Mm-hmm. So like you got a leg up.
I think so. I think so for sure. I mean, I know Jameson has a coaching business and all, but I think the relationship that we formed and the place where Vonahi is, all the work that they've done, it's pretty incredible. It's honestly been pretty easy to be a coach for a group like them. They really have it together.
I agree. I'm impressed. I can't say that they're going to win. I can't say anybody's going to win because that's the best part about, that's the only good part about being me in this case is I'm not biased and I get to sit back and watch the cards lay as they may. I don't have to worry about that. So thank God for that. And if they lose, then they just got to blame Eugene. That's all.
100%. Going to take the fall, and I'm okay with that. It'll be weird. You won't have a beard, and I'll be in a really bad place. It'll be very unlike last year.
So we'll both be in a very bad place, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jeremy, tell me how you like having Gene as a coach.
I think it's awesome. Gene like keeps it real, which is so on brand with how we communicate. So it's great. I think our team really love that about him.
Oh, he keeps it real. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've hung out with Gene enough now and have enough email correspondence with him to know that it's more, not only is it real, but it's also really in depth as well sometimes.
Oh yeah, I've penned some long essays of feedback to John. So.
Actually, I always say this: Gene is one of the catalysts as to how I revamped the program and how ConnectWise, how we totally revamped the program. It was because of his feedback. So yeah, and he was very real with me.
Let's just throw it out there. Gene is a coach of many.
Yes,
Sean being
he coached me. That is correct. That is correct. So, okay. So let's talk about your experience in general with PitchIT. It's very different than Gene's, by the way. So, keep in mind. So let's talk about your experience with PitchIT so far, how things been going and whatnot.
Everything's been really positive. I was just kind of talking to Adam earlier, and I was just saying how it's a lot more work than what we envisioned going in. And like in hindsight, like each week it was like one session, right? But it wasn't just one session. I felt like it was like a whole like course in a college semester that was crammed into like an hour. So it's like after that 1 hour session, it's like you had a lot of like research acronyms to look up. So yeah, it took a lot of time, but it brought our team together, which is why we thought it would be cool to have this webinar with different team members and not just Adam, even though Sean, I know you're a big fan of the weekend. But yeah, we all worked so hard together on it. It definitely brought our team together. It gave us so many things to kind of talk and brag about on social media, and just showing our current partners that, we're growing, we're investing in the community. So I think altogether, it's been a super positive experience. We learned a ton. We got a crap ton of research data from a lot of the presenters on the MSPs that we didn't, there's no way for me to like get that on the internet. So just that intel coming from ConnectWise, who invest in that type of research data, like really helped a lot.
Absolutely. So, but I am a fan of the weekend.
Can I ask something, Sean? Real quick. What was the toughest thing as part of this? Like, what was the most challenging piece in this whole PitchIT?
Yeah. Okay. So the data and logical flow of building our pitch, I think was, something pretty easy. I think the most difficult part is like that storytelling, because you have only 5 to 7 minutes to like, get your story across and say all the amazing things that you're working on. So that's really hard to just kind of like nail down that messaging, and then how do you deliver it in a compelling way? And that's something that it's really great working with Gene on as well, because I think a part of, one of the reasons why they won last year was, it wasn't just the content, but how they told the story, how they engaged with the audience, like how they came on stage in their, was it like a onesie or like colored onesie or something like that?
So those are,
I call it unicorn outfit.
Okay.
A security guard at DattoCon asked me if I was sponsored by Nike. Okay. So
okay.
All you haters out there.
So yeah, I think the hardest part is that storytelling piece. It's like you're also passionate about it. You work on this product. It's like, your baby, you put all the sweat equity into it. And it's like, how do you, show that and express that in a 5-minute pitch? I think that's probably the most challenging part.
And now you get to do it on stage.
Yeah. Let's just add that to the mix.
Yes, with 3 very critical judges too, because
Yeah.
Allison Francis, Juan Fernandez, and Jay McBain. You're going to get, it's like the trifecta of none of them are looking for the exact same thing. They have some
Yes.
overlapping things, but otherwise they're like, no, they have their own things they're looking for. And they're very, I can't speak so much for Allison because I've not seen her in the position of like, she's so nice. First off, Allison's very nice. They're all nice. I'm acting like they're not all nice, but like, I know how Juan is. I know how Jay is. They're both very, as a matter of fact, when it comes to certain things. So they are going to dig in on questions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So I did some homework on them. And and we learned that Jay will probably, hone in on some of the metrics,
Mhm.
and some will focus more on the storytelling. And then, the other judges might look at, how does that affect the business altogether? So I think all the judges will have different things that they're going to be looking for. And so I think that's what makes it challenging. We've got so many points we've got to hit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to shout you out though as a team, I mean, our last huddle, you guys were talking about objection handling, for the time after. So, I mean, that's what's great about for me, this experience is that like the preparation and the thought has been very forward. And, I feel like we're able to get a little further in our meetings because of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be hard for everybody, right? Being on stage, getting asked questions, and there's a lot on the line, right? And everyone's worked insanely hard to even be a part of the program and complete it. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a lot of prep work, getting ready for pitch, but then it's also a lot of prep work preparing for like what happens after pitch, right? Because we're still going to be at the IT Nation Connect. We still have our booth. So it's, we have the pre-day workshop. So we have a lot going on. And then if we win, there's going to be a lot of things we got to roll out too, like executing the plan for what we're going to do with the funds. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole campaign.
I mean, you said if, and Gene said when you win.
Yeah.
I want to point that out.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'll change. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, yeah. Okay. And so with that, even what were some of the, so you went through all these things you mentioned, Tremy, as far as learning probably different gaps that were being filled during the course of the time. Can you think of one big takeaway you have from this that you didn't think about?
Yeah. Okay. So in the last webinar, you talked about like the modes assessment, right? So when we took the modes assessment, our results was startup. And so the modes assessment is all about the mindset, right? And there's like 4 different types of mindset. And it's really interesting because when we took it, it was like right before our first session and our results were startup. But now that we're done with PitchIT, I honestly think we're an empire builder. So I think our mindset has definitely changed during the course of PitchIT. It got us to think bigger, bolder. And, I think that was like my biggest takeaway is the fact that we were able just to see our business evolve in such a short amount of time. And then now all of our team, our mindset's in a different place. Like, I don't feel like we're in startup, like we're gearing up for something big.
I love that. And honestly, you want to come speak for modes at the conference since you're obviously really good at it now. We're trying to.
I mean, I can.
You did that with your hair. I was like, I'll just do it with my beard because that's all I have.
I know I don't have a beard, so I was like, well, I gotta do something.
No, you're good with that. I'm just like, every time I touch it, I cry. Anyway, it's gonna be gone soon. So no, that's cool. I'm glad to hear you say that because I think that as far as modes is concerned, it's been a big push for us. I think it's a good way to reflect and have some self-awareness on where you guys stand.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because it's not just an individual, right? It's like the mindset for your business. And it's like, it's not going to work if, someone on your team thinks that you're in startup mode and then someone else is like, well, I want to build an empire. And someone else is like, well, I just want to lay the foundation, steady cash flow. So it's really important for our team to kind of get together and think about where do we want to go? Where do we want to take this? What's our exit strategy look like? And I think modes assessment definitely helped. And the fact that, we all agree that I don't think any of us are in startup mode anymore. It really has like shifted the mindset of the team.
Yep. I agree. I love that. I watched you guys mature over the course of it too. I remember day one, everybody, it was like first day of school orientation, right? We actually called it orientation too. And everybody was so unsure of what was going to happen and what to do.
Oh yeah. I felt like I was a freshman in college again. I'm like, what am I majoring in this year? I didn't know.
And what's funny is Gene is a stalker in a way. So he was watching everything we did, and he sends me random messages like, "I really like how you do this. I really like how you did that." So like he's been a fan. He's like a fanboy in general. So of the whole program.
Program's doing well.
Yeah. So
Really good.
Can I ask you, Sean? Like last year, or maybe even Gene, I don't like last year wasn't too heavily involved. I just kind of saw the results, right? Was there coaches last year?
No,
I didn't think there was.
no.
So
There
that
was, I mean, the Raza who was facilitating it was definitely pushing to make sure we all showed up with a proper presentation. I think that was like part of the evolution of the program was, inconsistent results on the day of the pitch contest. And so, that was something that he was really good about, just making sure we all came with like what was needed, right? Because, you get 3 people on stage and like, hey, connectors is like, these are the ones. And then someone's like, has like a total bomber slide deck in a bad way, right? No one wants that at IT Nation,
no.
So so that was like something that they worked on pretty heavily to make sure we were ready, and then under 5 minutes. So there's been a lot more prep this time as far as building the startups that were involved to prepare for this final pitch. So it's felt like all of them have very polished presentations at this point.
I would agree with that. I think, well, part of, when we looked at the program and how we could tweak it, it was the workshops, of course, were a big part of it to get you some get you to open up to suggestions on mergers and acquisitions, but also sales, marketing, growth, processes, channel program, how it should look, operations, all those things. But then we started doing these webinars because this forces you to work on your speak. That's one of the biggest Achilles heels for many people, is just how to simply say what you do, and get used to talking to people. And that's why when you guys went to the preliminaries, when we told you guys you only had a few minutes to do it, you were all like, oh my God, how do we do this? And it forced you to flush out all the nonsense and get to the point. What problems are you solving? How are you solving it? Why did you do it? Stuff like that. That's it. You're done. Shut up and move on. So, and you guys crushed it.
Thanks. Yeah. So we actually got some practice because we did the channel program pitch before, and that was like 7 minutes. So we kind of already had the foundations of a pitch. We just had to trim it down and made it more impactful. And then now with the finals, we're going to continue to do that even further. So yeah, it's been challenging. We're still working on it. And Gene's actually been amazing. Our last call with him, he got us super excited about what we're going to do with the funds. I mean, we're always super excited about what we're going to do with the funds, but he made a good point. He was like, you should focus on the impact of what you're going to do, like making pen testing free for all MSPs. He's like, what does that really mean? Like, what does that impact? How much money are you saving total if every MSP gets to pen test their own network for free? So, it's like you're so involved in it, you don't really start to think of the big picture. And then someone like Gene comes around, he's just like, hey, talk about the impact, guys. And then we start looking into the numbers. We're like, holy shit, it's a big deal. So it got us even more excited about what we're doing. And it like kind of gave us that boost of energy to work on that pitch and, make it really kick ass.
I love that. So, okay. So from that conversation, what is the real impact and value and so everybody understands, if you guys win, you're giving free pen tests to all the MSPs for their own business.
For their own business. Right. Yep. So it's so funny because we came across this research like right after our call with Gene, and it was from Security Boulevard. And they were saying 8 out of 10 MSPs get hit with ransomware, and about 40% of them end up going out of business. If you're an MSP, you get hit with a cyber attack, like that's the reputation of your business. So MSPs are becoming the target because, cyber criminals aren't going after enterprise, right? They know like that's hard. That's organized crime shit. You're going to have to all rattle together and figure out how to break into that big lock. So they're like, screw that. Let's go after the small businesses and like MSPs, because they know like these MSPs have to juggle so many different clients and it makes them vulnerable, and the bad guys will exploit that. So we're just going to make it a lot harder for them to exploit MSPs by letting them pen test their own business for free.
I love that. And so, okay, so Gene, your thoughts to, obviously you brought something to the table for this conversation.
Mhm.
So what's the byproduct of this once they do it?
So for me, there's a few things, right? Also owning an MSP, not doing a pen test was really like a cost factor, right? So it's cost and time, right? But like if I had the money or I needed to put the money there, I'd find the time, right? Ended up, we did a pen test. It was great for us. It found a lot of open doors that we weren't looking at. And I think that that's pretty common for all MSPs. We're all trying our hardest and we all are imperfect by nature. And there's never enough security that we can do as businesses. Same on the traceless side. We're very security focused. It's never enough because we also have humans. So humans are always going to be part of that weakest link. And I think that when MSP, when they get hit, it's actually bad for the entire industry, right? It's horrible for that company, but it's bad for the industry, right? So just thinking how disruptive this would be to pen testers out there who are currently selling into the MSP space, but also thinking if every MSP could do like a real pen test for free, that would change the landscape of maturation on the security side of the entire industry. And it's like I almost like couldn't believe that was like what they were actually offering, right? So you can take 100,000 MSPs or whatever the number that any big shop, 120,000 MSPs globally, and all of them can do this for free.
Yeah,
right? That's insane.
Yeah, and
And
ConnectWise.
like ConnectWise and the judges would be silly not to award them $70,000 just for this, just to not give this to the industry. I mean, it's like that was my take on the whole situation. But as you say, Sean, we'll see. What it's like when they win.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we want to win so bad. It's like, so, having a freemium model of our platform is something that we want to offer to MSPs anyways, but this PitchIT competition, if we can win, we can just do it faster. That's the thing. Like, this has always been something we want to do. Winning PitchIT just means we get to do it faster. We can just invest in onboarding as many MSPs that comes on, at once, because they're going to need that support. But yeah, other than that, the fact that we leverage automation means we can scale so much without having to increase a lot of our infrastructure costs. So it drives down the cost for getting pen testing. And so I'm super excited about it. So yeah, when we win, that's what we'll do.
When we,
Right. See the power.
So when we win,
uh-huh.
it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna announce it at ConnectWise, and imagine if all 20,000 plus ConnectWise MSPs can get a free pen test for their own business. Like there's no more questioning. Like, oh, am I vulnerable? Am I safe? Let's do a pen test and find out. It's free.
That's impressive in itself, right? And when you win, of course, right? Although I can't say when you win, but based off what Gene says, when you win.
I feel like we're already winners, so.
That's right.
I agree. Tell me why you think that. I just keep on
We
going.
made it in the top 3 out of 18 companies. We made it in the top 3. So, I mean, I feel like that's a winner. The fact that, like I get to add Gene to my circle, of people that I can hit up, like that's a win. Sean, Adam. I mean, I've actually hit up some of the presenters, the coaches on LinkedIn and asked them specific questions. I hit up Amy Lubby the other day and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a company to get this messaging out if we win PitchIT. Like, do you have any PR companies that you know? And like, I have a much larger network now in the channel through this. So
I love that. I'm going to ask you for a write-up after this of all your greatness and all the great things that happened.
I used all the resources you guys threw at me. I was like, I'm going to take advantage of every single one.
You should. And actually, I'm glad. That's the point behind it. I would say the whole group collectively came out as winners. The program, like you guys were all great. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for, I'll call this like the inaugural class because it's the first time we've done it this way. And I couldn't ask for a better group. Hell, even John Harden from Sassio got acquired during the course of this. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm taking all the credit for that. That he would not have been founded unless he would have been, had he not been with me.
It was due to my channel, right?
Yeah,
So it was,
exactly. On Adam's channel, obviously Avik watches this regularly. They already told me they love us.
That's
And
awesome.
so, but yeah, no, seriously, like it's good to have, like, there's a lot of winning stories. I mean, hell, even Tim Golden launched his platform finally as a result of doing this,
Yeah.
and he had to. So it added like a deadline for people to do things. It forced people out of their comfort zone. Although you guys don't seem to like you're ever uncomfortable. Like your team, Trammy, doesn't ever
You
seem.
have no idea how much I'm fidgeting right now because you can't see it.
I'm serious. Like Alton is smooth as hell.
He is, though. He's always really calm.
He's so smooth. He's just like, even in his light up car, he's really smooth. His disco light up car, it's amazing. But yeah, well, he drives. He got a new Tesla. But when he was talking to us the other day on video, and I was like, and the way his angle looked, it looked like that show where they get in the taxi and the music plays and they have to do trivia and stuff. That's how it looked. And I was like, dude, you like in one of those trivia music cars?
gaming thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks amazing. What song's playing next? Can we go? Let's light this bad boy up. That's how it looked. So
For $1,000.
exactly. So we have 2 weeks in counting, essentially 2 weeks and 43 hours, carry the one, around there. You ready?
So ready to win.
Yes, ready to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina, you ready?
Yeah, for sure. We actually talked about a little bit in our last call as well, like what it meant to be a vendor in the hall. Just to be ready for that. I think that's kind of a, working events successfully, and it's just something we learned this year at Trustless, and I think there's a big distinction between how we did events at the end of this year versus the beginning. And it's super fun. It's definitely nerve-wracking. I remember we couldn't think about anything until the PitchIT contest was over, honestly. But
yeah, I can
this
imagine.
year I just don't have to worry about that, which I feel incredible about. So,
well, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you you have to pitch also. I didn't tell you this. Like you have to pitch
again.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me throw some slides together.
Yeah, you love that stuff. You love slides.
I do.
No, you don't.
Not really.
So, Tracy, is this your first year at IT Nation Connect?
Yeah. This will be my first year at IT Nation Connect. I'm so excited to meet everyone.
I love, very first timers to IT Nation. It's a
Why is that, Adam? Why is that, Adam?
You kind of mentioned it earlier about college campus. So you just did your semester, right?
Yeah.
And now you get to wrap up your semester with an intense amount of education
and like lots of partying.
And then basically start drinking at like 4 o'clock, and then you go till about 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's kind of, and then you're up at 7 o'clock in the morning again to start off again. That's
exactly. You don't want to miss the keynotes. Really great speakers there. So,
well, that's the thing is when you come to this, and Trammy, I think you're going to be in trouble when you go, because like you said, you take advantage of all the resources, which means you're going to have overload like I do with all these events. So you're going to try to go do everything and involve in everything. And then finally, and then it's the end of the show. And then you don't talk to your family for a week after you get home because you're tired of talking to people. That's kind of how it goes. But it's good though. Tons of good content.
I can see that. So I'm in Austin, Texas. So I do South by Southwest, and I feel the same. After a week of South by, I'm like, okay, my brain won't process anything.
No, exactly. Like my 13-year-old, I come back from trips like this and she's like, I'll get you some coffee. She's like,
yeah.
I guess I have that look.
She knows now.
Yeah, it's like the Walking Dead kind of look, I guess I have. She's like, why don't you go sit down and I'll get you some coffee. She's 13.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do this weekend? Nothing.
Nothing.
Literally zero.
You can go do what you want, honey. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you on Monday.
Right.
Right. So first time ever. This is awesome. Just a few notes. Just take some notes while you're there, but don't process those notes. Me personally, I take a day off. Monday, Tuesday, coming back, I actually take 2 days off. And I just literally sit there and just like, okay, how am I going to, from what I learned and this goes out to all the MSPs out there, what did you learn? What connections? And then really schedule those like actionable things. And that's something we do at Sierra Pacific Group. We actually offer some free consulting. Just throw a little thing in there for my own company is when you get back, set up a schedule call with me. We'll help organize your thoughts. We'll help put in an execution plan on those type of things. Cause it is overload. You were literally talking for 12, 14 hours a day straight.
Yeah. I was told to bring
16 or 18.
comfortable shoes.
Yeah, don't wear high heels.
No, I don't think I stopped wearing that in my 20s. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
good.
sneakers.
Oh, you're not in your 20s still? I thought you were anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I look like I'm 90, so that's fine. I don't know anything in age. I would say wear slippers if you can. If you get away with slippers, wear slippers.
Okay. I
Look
still
good.
like to look cute, so I don't know if slippers is on brand for me, but
Slippers are cute. You get the right slippers. God. Bathrobes.
okay.
Men.
Debatable.
Okay. So let you know, we opened up applications again for next year's PitchIT already. That's already up and running. It's live. So, Gene, I'll start with you. Why should somebody apply for PitchIT, Gene?
I would have to counter your question with a question, Sean.
Thank you.
Which is why not, right? And I think that people don't have anything to lose to sign up.
Agreed. I agree.
And I think there's just like sweet spot of like, there's some incubators where it's like you go to a campus in another state if you don't live there for half a year or for 4 months, right? And I think that this has a nice balance between you're going to get a lot of value, you're going to put a lot of work into it, right? And it's specific to the industry that we're all a part of, right? And there's not really anybody else doing this. So if you are a company selling into this space and you have a product or are on the verge of a product, it doesn't hurt, right? You could come and decide that you don't want to do this anymore, right? You say, oh, this was great. Save a lot of time and money. Or you could come and say, great, this is the best idea ever. I'm still convinced and I'm going to like raise money and go crazy. Or maybe you get some money by winning the contest. I mean, it's really, for all the vendors that are attracted to this space, I would imagine it's just good to do. So
absolutely. Trami, if you can answer without asking a question of me,
No, I would say if you want to understand MSPs, and you also want to generate a lot of brand awareness and figure out where you want to go with your business or startup, I think PitchIT is a great program that offers a lot of resources and connects you to the right individuals to kind of help you get there.
Awesome. Adam, you're about to say something? You had a look on your face.
This is, I'm just, when you're talking, I'm kind of thinking of like, okay, you had an idea of what PitchIT might have been when you applied, right? What difference do you feel that PitchIT is compared to what you thought it was? Is there a difference?
I think, okay, so when I started, when you look at the agenda on paper, it's like, yeah, you got to attend these sessions, you got to do a 5-minute pitch at the end, you'll be graded on these criterias. When you look at that, it just seemed like doable and easy. And then once you actually start getting into it, and if you really want to win, you like want to make every piece of it perfect. And then that, it's like a rabbit hole. You get into one piece and then there's like so much more to be like an expert in that one piece. So then you like kind of dive in and then next week it's something new. So it is a lot of work, but honestly, I think that if you want to win and you really are serious about your startup, I think this is a great platform because it does help you to be competitive in a way, like that healthy competitiveness. I don't think we would have pushed ourselves to be, where we are today if we weren't in that kind of competitive space with 18 other companies and competing. It's like there's something about it. That's when you really like start to buckle down and you think like, hey, like what do we want to do? Like how do we beat these other 18 companies? And it just forces you to be more innovative, to like tell your story better. So I think that healthy competitiveness really helped for sure. And we actually became friends with some of our competitors along the way. Yeah, Adam Walter at Humanize IT, Cam at Alert Ops. Yeah,
those are the finalists, by the way. Just to be clear, the two people she mentioned first are finalists against them. Like, I can't get anybody to freaking argue amongst them.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
So, yeah, it's been awesome. And I think I want to give a shout out to Alton. There's one aspect I think that why you're one of the finalists. I think that you have a lot of people on your team that actually took their different segments and actually really learned the coaching in their different pieces. And I mean, right now, Alton was supposed to be on this morning, and he's here. But you're taking charge and you're doing this, and it's just awesome. I mean, being able to delegate, that enables you to grow faster.
Absolutely.
And I'm a big proponent of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we wanted to show our team culture, like we work as a team at Vonahi, and I can't stress that enough. But Alton really wanted, he know that we all worked on the PitchIT. It wasn't just him alone. It wasn't just me. It was literally our whole team, our whole C-suite, Jason, Key, Mary, myself, Alton, we all contribute to bits and pieces of it. And so we thought it would be cool for you guys to kind of hear it from, different members of our team, because we all kind of helped out in different areas.
I think it's great. I think it shows your alignment too. With where you're, get back to you said about the modes assessment, right? I think it probably helps you guys with your alignment as well. But you guys are very much in tune and in line with each other, which is good. And you're all different responsibilities too. But yet you guys have a huge, as in any startup company, the way it starts is everybody does everybody's job. There's never, it's not like, well, I only do this. I'm not doing the rest of that stuff. That's not how that works. So I think that's impressive. I think you guys have been impressive since the beginning, which makes me happy because here you are as a finalist. So you make me look really like I knew what I was doing when I started accepting. When we vetted out the applications, you make me look smart. That's perfect.
I'm happy to do it. You are smart.
Why? Thank you. I do what I can.
Let's
next. Let's not start rumors.
So, last in closing, Gene, any closing thoughts here? Last words, or forever hold your peace, I think is what they call it.
I mean, is Sean going to be smart if he doesn't have a beard? Is all of that brain in that beautiful flowing beard that we're seeing right now?
Guess we'll find out.
I'm just kidding. So yeah, I mean, show up. This is the other thing, right? To everyone watching, come hang. Show up to the actual pitch. Let's get that room full. It's more exciting when there's people that, just full. I want people standing in the background, right? Support these businesses. They've worked their tails off to be here, and they all have great products. So come hang, and come to the pre-day and say what's up.
We have alcohol too, just so we're clear. If you need a reason to be enticed, we'll be serving.
And they can drink on stage while they're doing it.
We'll be serving drinks at the event. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go Sean. Sean, close us out, and then we're gonna go Trammy.
Okay, so I'll echo what Gene said. As an MSP, you're all looking to do your stack alignment. You're always trying to figure out what to add to your stack to figure out what's best, and you're based off of several key criteria, like what's going to be profitable for me, what's something that actually solves a legitimate problem that we're currently having, and also who's going to be there to work with us, who understand, and you're there for ConnectWise. You're usually a ConnectWise user when you're at IT Nation Connect, and all these platforms, all these finalists all integrate within ConnectWise. So if you're looking for a seamless way to do business, this is a good place to go to meet finalists that have been vetted and voted on by experts, people smarter than me. And that's, according to Trammy, that's saying a lot. So take advantage of that. Come and watch, be involved, be engaged. And also the more you guys come to this, the larger we can make it for years to come. And that's the other thing to take away for vendors, startups. We're looking at doubling down probably again next year and increasing the prize money. Maybe depends on how the showing goes. So, there's a bigger prize for next year and possibly in store if we can make this work the right way, everybody shows up. But everybody should come support anyway, because a lot of these guys are MSP owners too, for Christ's sake. Get there. Done.
Awesome.
Love it.
Trammy.
Yeah, I would just say, come out, show your support. It's going to be our first time at IT Nation Connect with the whole team there. We're giving out some super fun swag. We've got some LED swords because fighting cybercrime is going to be a lot easier with VPN tests. And yeah, come out and see us, because when we win, you'll get to pen test your network for free. And yeah, I'm just excited to meet everyone in person. I don't think I've been to a live event since COVID. So it's been like 2 years for me.
That's like 3 now almost. By the
Yeah.
time this comes around, it's like 3 years almost.
Yeah. So I'm in for a culture shock. I'm super excited,
Wow.
Yeah. Nice. That's a long time to be
You
away
bet.
from.
You better go stand on concrete for 12 hours a day the next few days to get ready.
Okay. Well,
Like,
that
just
Be a
sounds.
lot of walking. It's literally, I probably put in 8 miles a day, 8 to 10 miles of walking.
Get my steps in. Yeah.
Oh my! I stopped doing that because it was so depressing. I was like, I don't need to know this.
Yeah. No, but
Awesome.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I'm super excited. I want more people to know about Vonahi Security, what we do, about automated pen testing. I'd love for people to just get excited about it, because I know people don't get excited about, cybersecurity that much. It's like one of those things it's more of like a headache and a stress than it is, but
That's not true. That's not true. There was a whole movie made about that called Black Hat. I mean, that's like they totally sexified that thing, man. And Thor was the guy, and Thor was in it. So I mean,
yeah. Anytime you have Thor in it,
there's definitely nothing exciting about
Chris Hemsworth.
PSAs. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, the next RMM movie. I can't wait to see what the RMM movie is.
For sure.
yeah.
Thank you guys very much. Trami, thank you for your time. It's been amazing here getting to learn about Vonahi a little bit more, talk to you a bit, and congratulations being one of the finalists for PitchIT, and we get to see you guys live on stage doing your thing. Join us November 8th through the 11th. If you haven't registered, go ahead and register, itnation.com, or theitnation.com, I should say. And with that, appreciate it, guys. Peace out. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everybody.